This is Colin Dijs, and in this video you'll see a live masterclass recording. For the entire month of December, every day I will give you a specific part of the masterclasses. I will prepare a playlist to the site, so no matter when you're watching this, you can click on the playlist, go to the next video, part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, until the masterclass is completed, and then there will be a next one available. If you want to attend these masterclasses live with me, ask your questions all about native ads, check the link in the description below for very affordable group coaching. I hope you enjoy, and if you have any questions, feel free to drop them down in the comments below. This is Colin Dijs. Today is the 14th of October 2021. And Gary will start with the screen share.
Just 1 second. Okay. Yeah, so I got it started. These are a mobile and a desktop campaign, $150 per day each, and they've got literally nothing so far.
Well, let's pick up the mobile first.
Yeah.
If it's a spend problem, we don't have to be in the tracker. We can go straight to MGID. Yeah, and then we'll do on the top one, selective bidding, which is the hammer icon, please. On the far right, under actions.
Yeah, never been in here, so I don't know what I'm looking at.
Okay, so these are the widgets.
Yeah.
This is the widget overview. So basically the top widget on spend that has multiple sub widgets. You see that little arrow in the top left? Yeah. So that could unfold, and then you'll find more sub widgets, which this publisher has many.
Yeah.
Right? But we can fold it back in. We'll just treat them as individual widgets.
Yeah. I can have a click around in there later.
So basically, based on the spend, especially when it states that some of these placements have very high reach, right? How long is the list of placements? If you scroll down, okay, so they are over 200 placements, right? 10 pages of 20 each minimum, 200 total. So what it would mean is that the 7-cent bid is not sufficient.
Yes.
Right, to get proper traction, which is funny because remember the debate we had on the account manager versus my opinion. We always start low, which we know, and then we go up. But her suggestion in this case still doesn't make sense because she said this, right? So sometimes it's supply and demand and depends on the pool. It depends on the actual set. And it also depends on the teasers. So, and this is all 7.10 cents. If we now go to the teasers, you can click on advertisers under balance.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we go to the actions again, and then the left one. Yeah.
Yeah, there's only 5 ads up at the moment live, so I'm about to put another 10 up and then another 10 up in the morning.
Cool. It's primarily for us about the bid here. So relative to the bid, we can see that it is showing impressions, right? Even on the one widget, 100,000 already. So that's not little. So definitely the bid should be adjusted on the widget side, right? We just have to up the coefficient a little bit because 100,000 impressions in a day is already quite good. It's a start, so to say. So 100, this one has 50, right? And the other ones have quite little. So in this scenario, it was approved as of last night, correct?
Yes, yeah, the 24 hours it's been running more or less.
Right. So then in this scenario, because I know we can work with a more advanced strategy, I would up the coefficient by 0.2 every 2 hours until it spends, let's say, if it spends 25, $30 in those 2 hours, then don't up it
Yeah.
relative to your daily budget, right? So
Yeah.
as soon as the ball is rolling, because the coefficient would move quite quickly. So it might be the case that you up it once, then you decide to up it again. But in that case, you might just want to do it 0.1 instead of 0.2. But
So
I know from your experience that would be fine.
Yeah, you never adjust these then. You never adjust the cost per click.
We would adjust those if there's no impressions, basically. So that means that you're under the minimum bid floor and the ads are just not getting traction. Yeah. However, they have been displayed 150,000 times.
Yeah.
It is willing to serve your ads. You just need to get a little bit more competitive on which placements you're serving them on.
All right, specific placements rather than a general.
So we're going cost per click. So it doesn't matter how many impressions are actually being shown. In this example, it's like you spend like $12, right, to get 150,000 impressions, which tells me that the top widget that's delivering you most of these clicks is not bid on aggressively, right? In the selective bidding, because the traffic is so cheap, and it must be cheap for a reason. But we will be quickly able to exclude those once it hits like half-time CPA, probably.
Yeah.
Make sense?
So how do, that makes sense. How do I go and do the coefficient then?
Okay, we can do it together. We go back to the selective bidding.
Which is the hammer, yeah?
Yeah, the hammer, yeah. Then on the left side, you can select the box, the select all basically. Then it will pop, and then we select the blue text. So it's 183 widgets total.
Yeah.
Then you go up a little. Yeah, and then it's I think it's the first one of those 3 gray icons. Yeah, that
change
one.
The coefficient, yeah.
Yeah, and then we bump it to 1.2.
And then do that every 2 hours.
Yeah, I think if you bump it right now with 1.2, the traction will be there. So I don't think you have to bump it again.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll just get a feel for it then and then play around with that.
Yeah, because you can see it's quite significant. It went from 7 cents, 7.1 to 8.52 already.
Yeah, got it. Yeah.
So it can move quite fast. Just keep your eye on that top widget. Yeah. Right, because that one is spending quite quickly. Yeah. I wouldn't let it spend one-time CPA in this example because the clicks are so cheap.
Yeah.
Just give it maybe 250, 300 clicks. If it doesn't bring a conversion after 300 clicks, then the traffic is crap anyway.
Yeah. So it's at 93 now. So just keep an eye on it. 250.
Yeah. Yeah, 250, 300. If it goes over a little, doesn't matter that much.
Check it at 300 to 400 and see what it's doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially if you look at the click-through rate indication on your lender, that would give a good eye on the quality of this. We can look at it now if you like.
Yeah. Into volume?
Yes, please.
Yeah, I looked earlier. I don't think it's pulling through widget IDs into here.
If you select the top campaign and then click on report. And then, from the first grouping, so where it says offers right now.
Sorry.
And then it's, fee 3.
Apply?
Yes.
Yeah, it's not pulling them through for some reason, I don't think.
Okay, can we go back to the teasers, please? In MGID?
Yeah.
You'll get very familiar with the system.
Yeah,
the moving around goes fast.
Yeah. I'm learning already just by talking to you, so.
Usually what I always do is I do the right click open a new tab because I know I would have to go back many times anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. Hang on. Okay, yeah. So this campaign URL doesn't have a widget string. You see? So if you did Adam put in this URL? Did you put in yourself?
I used the one which was within volume.
Yeah, okay, then let's go back to volume because I think you missed one step. That's why it's not showing the right stuff. Okay, so we need to go to, yeah, because you have your custom setup, right? Yeah, can we X this campaign? Just remove the campaign report. Yep. Then we go to traffic source. Then MGID, yeah, and then edit. Okay, that's good. And then we go now to the actual campaign. Yeah, these settings are correct.
Yeah.
So now we go to campaigns. And then instead of report, we do edit as well on the campaign.
Yep.
Okay, and then we do, yeah, that's, yeah, yeah, this all good. We go to tracking, the last tab.
Yeah, that's the one I used.
Yeah, it has to do with the,
Oh no, sorry, I used this one.
yeah, you use that one. But the reason, Ross, what was this again? Like 3 months ago, they did an update and we had the exact same thing with the parameters being removed because the parameters are now, oh yeah, I remember. We need to go back to, it's one very small thing, which took me ages to find out because I don't have it. But if you go to traffic sources, I have to dig deep for this one, but this is such a small thing. And that's why tracking is very sensitive. You go to edit. It's called the impression pixel. I think it's enabled. If you go down, yes. So impression tracking needs to be off. Yeah, and then press save.
Wow.
So if you now go back to the campaign URL, the string should be attached instead of volume offering it on a separate pixel.
Sorry.
So you can imagine if you didn't know how to do this, it would take like literally forever to find that mistake.
And that would be trial and error.
Yeah, so we go edit on this one again.
Sorry, yeah.
And then to the tracking tab. Who solved? Genius.
All right, so I need to change my campaign URLs within MGID.
Yes, please. And that means that it will go back into review.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
No problem.
But I'm glad we solved it quickly.
Yeah, I can do that.
Otherwise, we're buying media and it's not pushing through the right data.
Yeah. So it's basically coefficient up that 0.2 every 2 hours. Keep an eye on it, obviously. And then I can pull that widget ID across as well now.
Yes.
Yeah, perfect.
And that's what we would need. So the $12 was a good investment to check the tech stack.
Yeah. A steady start. So yeah, we have to start up the traffic now.
Perfect. You want to glance at the desktop campaign as well?
Colin?
Oh, yes. Is this
I have a question. Yeah, a question. On the traffic source, he had direct link also selected.
Yes, the direct tracking.
Does that need to be set that way?
In here?
Yeah.
Yeah,